You know Peppa, George, Mummy Pig, and Daddy Pig? But do you know the real people behind them? We're talking BAFTA-winning kids, TV stars, even Hollywood A-listers sneaking into Peppa Pig for cameos. Let's meet the voices that bring Peppa's world to life. It only makes sense to begin with Peppa herself. And here's something many fans don't realize. She's actually had 5 different voices since the very first episode. Back in Series 1, Peppa was voiced by Lily Snowden-Fine. At the age of 4, she was the original, the one who set the tone for the cheeky piglet we all know today.
Daddy, it stopped raining. Can we go out to play?
Lily's parents are award-winning animators who not only worked on Peppa Pig, but also helped create other children's classics like Shaun the Sheep. Lily's time as Peppa ended in 2005, when her voice got a little too grown up for a cheeky preschool piglet and she moved to Canada. After Lily came Cecily Bloom in Series 2. She also provided the voice for Lizzie Elf in the children's animated series Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom.
Nanny, don't keep saying turn them into a frog. That will never be the answer.
Bloom described voicing Peppa as a fun little adventure, but since show business was never her dream job, she bowed out after just 1 season. Then came the longest-running and perhaps most famous voice of Peppa, Harley Bird. She joined in 2007 for Season 3 when she was only 5 years old, and she couldn't even read yet. The crew had to feed her every line, which she'd copy back in Peppa's voice.
So you were how old when you auditioned for the first time?
5.
5 years old.
So, Peppa, they used to read the lines out to me and I used to have to copy them back.
Amazingly, Harley stuck with that same method for her entire run, even as she grew up. She voiced Peppa for an incredible 13 years, right up until the middle of Season 6. And by the time she stepped down in 2019, she'd gone from a little kid to an 18-year-old young adult. Harley's performance even won her a BAFTA award in 2011, making her the youngest recipient ever. By the time she finished the role in 2020, the red-haired star was said to be making around £1,000 for every single hour she worked. That's a lot of pocket money. The role then passed to 9-year-old Amelie Baye Smith, who finished the second half of Season 6
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George.
and went on to voice Peppa all the way until the second to last episode of Season 8. Surprisingly, Amelie grew up with Peppa Pig. Literally. She was such a huge fan that her very first word as a baby was Peppa. It's almost like she was destined to become the voice of the character. And most recently, in 2025, the role was taken on by Harriet Cox. She began at just 5 years old, making her debut in the Series 8 finale, The Big Announcement. And that's Peppa's voice story. 5 voices, 5 eras, but always the same cheeky little piglet. But what about her little brother George? His voice is a whole different mystery. George Pig might not say much, but when he does, it's iconic. His famous cry of
Grrr, dinosaur.
has been making fans laugh since episode 1. And here's the best part. Those sounds didn't come from a professional voice actor at all. They came straight from Alice May, the young daughter of Neville Astley, one of Peppa Pig's own creators. Alice's squeals, giggles, and that unforgettable
Grrr, dinosaur.
were recorded when she was just a toddler, and they've been part of George ever since. But Alice wasn't the only May sibling involved. Her brother, Oliver May, was actually George's very first official voice actor, playing him from Series 1 to 5. After Oliver grew too old for the role, the baton passed to Vincent Van Heelsen for Series 6 and 7, and today, George is voiced by Keira Monteith from Series 8 onwards. Still, Alice's recordings remain George's secret ingredient. Even now, her toddler noises are mixed in to keep him sounding like a true 2-year-old. It means George has never really been acted in the usual sense. Instead, he's built out of the real sounds of children being children. Introduced in 2025, Evie Pig is Peppa and George's brand new baby sister. But here's the mystery. Nobody knows for sure who voices her. Some fans think it might be a child actor called Holly Park, but the show has never confirmed it. Most likely, Evie's adorable coos
Look.
and giggles come from an uncredited child, just like George's did when Peppa Pig first began. If there's one character who can make kids laugh with just a clumsy fall or a silly mistake, it's Daddy Pig. But who's the voice behind him?
I still think that those are very silly secret words.
That would be Richard Ridings, a British actor who has been the voice of Daddy Pig since the very beginning, all the way back in 2004. That makes him one of only 2 characters in the whole show who's been voiced by the same person all the way through. Ridings had a seriously impressive career before playing Peppa's bumbling dad and was best known for much darker roles. He's appeared in movies like Alien 3, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Lines like,
I am the DIY expert of the house.
have become the character's running jokes online, and it's Ridings' delivery that makes them so funny. Ridings once shared a sweet memory of being in the supermarket with his daughter when a little girl suddenly stopped and told her mum, "That's Daddy Pig," after hearing his iconic voice. Everyone knows Mummy Pig as the calm, clever, sensible one in the family, but here's the twist. She's not just Mummy Pig. The voice behind her, Morwenna Banks, is actually one of the busiest people in Peppa Pig. Not only has she been voicing Mummy Pig since the very beginning of the show,
I think we'll just know when we see it.
she also plays Madame Gazelle. Yes, the spooky teacher with no reflection.
Talent is something you like doing and you're good at.
And Dr. Hamster the vet, who always has to rescue poor Tiddles from a tree.
How long has Polly been sick?
That's 3 totally different voices, all from the same person. Pretty wild, right? And the crazy part is, most kids never notice, which just shows how good Morwenna is at switching characters. Here's a fun fact. At her very first recording session, Morwenna didn't just do 1 episode, she recorded 52 episodes in a single sitting. Her voice must have been so tired it needed its own nap afterwards. Morwenna also pops up in Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom. She voices the fabulously snooty Queen Marigold and won Best Voice Performance at the 2014 British Animation Awards for this role. Morwenna isn't only a voice actor either. She's an actress, comedian, and writer who's appeared in loads of TV shows in the UK. But for Peppa fans, she's basically the queen of multitasking. Imagine recording one scene as Mummy Pig, then immediately flipping into Madame Gazelle's spooky accent, and then back again. So next time you're watching, listen carefully, because there's a good chance Morwenna is literally talking to herself. Have you ever wondered who's really talking to you in Peppa Pig? The one who introduces the episode with lines like,
Peppa and her friends are going to playgroup earlier than usual this morning. Peppa, George and Mummy Pig have fallen asleep.
That warm, friendly voice guiding every adventure is the narrator, and the man behind that voice is John Sparks. Since the very first episode in 2004, he's been the one in your ears, describing what's happening as if he's right there watching with you. But what really makes him unforgettable are his little catchphrases. Whenever something goes wrong, you'll often hear his famous,
Oh dear.
and when things go right, he loves to wrap up episodes with that classic format.
Peppa loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles. Everyone loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles.
It's become one of the most iconic parts of the whole show. And here's something you might not know. John doesn't just narrate, he also voices Mr. Potato, Daddy Rabbit, and Daddy Cat. Plus, if you're a fan of Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom, you've already heard him there too, as Mr. Elf and King Marigold. Basically, if there's a cheeky, silly character bouncing around in a cartoon, chances are good it's John Sparks behind the mic. The show pulled in some of the biggest stars on the planet for its 20th anniversary in 2024. The creators went all out with a special 3-part wedding party special. And Peppa's World welcomed global superstars Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Katy Perry became Ms. Leopard, the stylish dressmaker who creates the wedding dress for Mrs. Cow. Orlando Bloom lent his voice to Mr. Raccoon, the jeweler in charge of the wedding rings. The actor shared his excitement and said the cameo gave him serious dad points, calling himself the coolest dad right now. For longtime fans, seeing Peppa's cozy world expanded with celebrity cameos made it feel bigger than ever, like the show had truly become a global phenomenon. And there you have it, the real voices behind Peppa Pig and her family, plus a few surprise celebrity guests along the way. So here's our question for you. If you could voice any Peppa Pig character, who would you choose? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love this video, don't stop here. Check out our other Peppa Pig videos, packed with fun theories and hidden details you won't believe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.